Mr.B and me.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Project Cars. Now, I know we don't do a lot of racing games on this channel, but I figured we'd do something a little bit different to keep the content fresh and to keep things going. Mr. B is at work today. Not that I really think he would play Project Cars with me because he doesn't do a whole lot of racing games, but he'd do it if I asked him to. And today we are in the, we're going to be in the RUF GP. I qualified terribly. I went ahead and did some qualifying off camera just because I wasn't really sure. I'm having a lot of trouble with Project Cars. I have tried recording Project Cars for a long time. I've tried recording it. I can't tell you how many times I've tried recording this game, and something always goes wrong. Either the audio doesn't match up with Audacity, or the video ends up getting real sketchy and cutting out. It's just, I don't know. I don't really think it has anything to do with the game. I don't really think it has anything to do with the capture card. I just think it's not really meant to be. This is the first I've played this game in probably 2 months, so this ought to be interesting. And this is a track that I'm not extremely familiar with. Wow, they got people shoving me off the track. Come on, guys. Get it together. I do play with analog brakes on. Excuse me, sorry. I've been really sick as well. I've been... I was laid up for 4 days, and when I've never been that sick in my life where I can't do anything. It's been bad. Oh man, hold it, man, hold it. But like I was saying, I do play with the analog brakes and stuff on. I do have just the braking line, which, by the way, does not seem to work all the time. There are times where it doesn't show up. So that's a little bit of a concern sometimes. I mean, I don't play this game enough to where I would learn all the racetracks and learn all the braking points, and I don't sit and practice every racetrack. I mean, I know that that's not an excuse, but I would really just like having fun with the game, and my way of having fun is just having those little guidelines. Everything else is, stability control. I do have that on, but I don't have traction control on. I'm manual steering. You can probably hear the clicking. But yeah, for some reason, anytime I go to try and record this game, I have an issue where either the game acts weird and the game will crash on me, or it'll be where my audio is much faster than my video, or just something strange to where Audacity doesn't match up or anything like that. So what I've decided to do this time around is just sorry, I just checked my screen there to make sure I was doing audio commentary. They have an audio commentary option on the Elgato capture card, which is what I use. I use the HD60 Pro. They have that option where you can just record your voice and everything if you've got a good mic. Or if you don't have a good mic, whatever. But they have it to where you can, come on, I gotta get around this guy. I've been tailing him. They have it to where you can just record audio and video at the same time. Now, I don't like doing that with all the games. I've done it with some of my Walking Dead series, but which is coming back, by the way. I had a little hiccup with that. For some reason, every time I go to open it, it'll crash. So I'm not really sure what's going on there. I've tried uninstalling it and reinstalling it. I've been in contact with Microsoft to kind of find out what's going on there. My Saints Row, the Presidential Collection or whatever it is, it's doing the same thing where you can't, it'll open, it'll let me into the menus, and it'll let me choose what I want to play, and then the second it goes to load, the audio, it starts skipping out and sketching. It freezes and then closes. So I don't know if it's my Xbox that's having the issue or what, but it's really kind of frustrating. But regardless, we do not have any problems right now with Project Cars. We'll keep our fingers crossed. And we're going to just kind of go with it here. Yeah, it's just, whoa, man. That always happens to me at least once a race. The front tires lose grip really bad because I'm so hard on them. See, there's the audio issues, and it's weird. I love this game, though. If this game crashed 3 times a day when I was playing it, I would still continue to play this game. I absolutely love this game. I love this game. I like Assetto Corsa. That's a fun game. I really like the new Need for Speed. I've not played. I don't own it, but I have played it at Mr.B's, and he loves it. Now that is a racing game he'll play with me, so maybe we can maybe I don't know. I'll find out if it's co-op or something, and we'll maybe get together with that. Maybe play some co-op Need for Speed. That would be awesome. Come on, get under him. Oh yeah, my front tires are wore out. There's no grip. I'm trying not to run this guy off the track. Although, they don't really respect the fact that I'm on the inside or anything. Man, I got a lot of push. Those tires are just eating up. I'm not the easiest on tires. I kind of go balls to the wall. Oh man. I know, I let that guy by. I'm going to go ahead and shove him off the track. I kind of just go balls to the wall, just kind of, stick it in the corner and drive it hard every corner. You'll see I run out of fuel a lot in this game. So, yeah, do keep that in mind. I don't know how to conserve fuel. I know that a lot of it has something to do with how you drive, but I try and conserve fuel but also be competitive. And I don't really know how to do that. I know part of it is pit strategy, but I also want to have a intimidating presence on the track. Now, I don't think this is a fuel mileage race. So, I don't think this one is, and I don't think the next one is either. The next race after this, I don't think it's a fuel mileage race. This is just the sprint race. So, it's just now, I've raced this before. Now, I think it's Weapons and Mass Development helped program this game. They've done a few changes. They've made a few changes to the menu, and they've made a few changes, I think. Now, because I've never had this issue before, where if I just quit, like for instance, when I finish this race, if I just exit, it won't save the race. Now, like I said, that could be a problem that I'm having. I don't know. Also, I'm having an issue where it used to be you could, if you're just like in a side season, like promo races or whatever, like the historical races or anything of that sort. If you're, I know, guy, you don't think it's what I'm trying to do. But that guy really throws me off. I wish I could turn him off. They do tell me important stuff like when I need to pit and stuff like that, but that's really all the important information that guy ever gives me. And I'm pretty sure if I turned him off, it wouldn't turn off my pit information. Anyway, what were we talking about? I don't even remember what I was rambling about. Or where I was even going with it. Oh, come on. Yeah, get him. Oh, the historical races and things of that sort. Now, it used to be where you could abandon that season, and if you abandon the season, you abandon that historical race season or that little side mission. I call them side missions, but I know that's not what they are. Little promotional events and stuff like that. You could abandon that. Come on, guy. You can abandon that season. It used to be you could abandon just that season. Now, if you hit abandon season, you abandon your season. And that happened to me the other day. I accidentally abandoned this series. So I was more than halfway through this series and have to start over, which is what happens sometimes when I record this game and this game only. So it's a little... I'm trying to really concentrate into that turn there. If you hear some screaming in the background, I do have my kids today. I have the kids. It's just me and the kids today. And my little boy likes to creep up behind me, especially when I'm doing this, and he'll be standing behind me, and he'll start laughing, or he'll start carrying on, or whatever. It scares me half to death. Um, all right, here, get dive. I am really trying to catch this guy. I promise, I'm not babying this thing at all. But I have worn out my front tires, as you can see. A little bit of a slide there. Let's see if we can't catch him these last few laps here, because we got to get moving. I really want a podium finish. Bathroom and take my medicine. Oh, we're gonna hop that curve there. I am that determined to get this group of cars here. The front row is checked out. But yeah, I honestly couldn't get out of bed. I had a really hard time. You know, it was just to take my medicine, use the bathroom, and then lay right back down. My head felt like it was 1,000 pounds. I had a terrible headache, and it was just, whoa, yeah, we're drifting it. And I had a terrible headache and then stomach ache, and it was just, I've had the flu before. It wasn't the flu, I don't think. But I've never experienced that before, and I was out of commission for 4 days. And we tried film, it was right after we filmed the Star Wars video. Which, by the way, speaking of Star Wars, hey, but thank you for the 2 subscribers that we do have. I know that, and the likes. We are getting a couple likes. We are getting some notification. You're getting some notice out there. But thank you for following us so religiously. We're going to try and get a Facebook page started. But thank you so much for following us. And thank you so much for just, coming and checking us out every video. But for the 2 subscribers that we do have, and the very few views that we have, I have done some homework. I know I mentioned in the last Star Wars video that I have never seen the Star Wars movies. But we're back. But yeah, back to Star Wars. I had mentioned when I was playing Star Wars Battlefront there with Mr.B that I had never seen any of the Star Wars movies. And guess what? I changed that. I've watched A New Hope. I had to finish up The Empire Strikes Back today. And then we're going to go on to Return of the Jedi, and that will be the original trilogy I've seen. And let me tell you something. Being a fan of sci-fi the way that I am, why have I never watched these movies? These movies are incredible. These are like the greatest movies ever. It's obvious that, it's late 70s, early 80s visual effects, but those were some of the best. I like the little models and stuff that... The AT-ATs are like the coolest things I have ever seen. Those walkers, man, those things are cool. And you play with them in the game, but to actually see them in the movie and stuff, that's pretty awesome. And I'll tell you that... I'm not hitting you, dude. Get out of my... I'm going to get you. Oh, yeah, I forgot. This is the last lap. We're going to get him this last corner here. We're going to dive in really hard. He is protecting the inside. We're... Oh, man. If I would have remembered that it was the last lap, I would have pushed a little bit harder. I think that's my teammate anyway. So, yeah, we did all right. This guy's just in my way. Yeah, I think that's my teammate. Is it? But to go back to Star Wars, oh, there we go. Yeah, that was my teammate. He's just in my way. Yeah, he was just in my way. But yeah, to see the Star Wars movies, I don't know why I've never seen them before. I don't know why I've never really taken the time to check that out. Continue this Star Wars conversation in the next episode. That is all the time I have for today. We're gonna do the sprint race, not the sprint race. Golly, we just did the sprint race. We're gonna do the actual main race here in the next episode. So please make sure you come back and see us. Like, comment.